welcome to Digging Deeper with Backyard Farmer. I'm your host, Kim Todd. On Digging Deeper, we have in-depth discussions with extension and industry experts about those important landscape topics. Tonight, we are talking about Yazidi farming, university, community crops, all sorts of wonderful things that go together with Gwyneth and Shahab. So, take it away. We want to know exactly everything about the history of the peoples, the farming, the connections.
So, Shahab is one of our Yazidi farmers here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and so we have the largest Yazidi population in all of the United States. Now, a lot of you people are probably going, who the heck are the Yazidi? And this was a lot of kind of like the main question a lot of my students had. Well, the Yazidis are an ethno-religious minority from north of Iraq, so they're non-Muslim. Yazidism is its own religion, and they live around the mountain known as Sinjar or Shingal there. And during 2014, I'm like, Shahab, correct me if I'm wrong, August 2014, there was a August 3rd, 2014, there was a terrible genocide committed by ISIS. And so ISIS started to surround the mountain, and a lot of the people fled up to Sinjar Mountain, or they fled the area. Now, a lot of men, old people, horrible deaths. A lot of the children were kidnapped, women and children kidnapped. And so we've got a lot of Yazidi refugees that came to Lincoln to find peace and stability and farming and gardening in our beautiful state. So that's been like one of the best things is we've gotten to meet our new neighbors. And Shahab's been one of kind of the lead farmer, kind of branching between Yazda, which is also the Yazidi Community Center here in town, and Community Crops, a local nonprofit focused on community gardening and farming.
Yes. So perfect. So Shahab, let's talk about the farm and what you do and why it is so important and what you love about it and what your people love about it.
Yes, thank you for having us. Yazidi back to Iraq, in north of Iraq, we had a lot of experience farming. We depended on the farming, special crop like tomato, eggplants, and sunflowers, most of the other things like vegetables. So during the section of the Iraq was under the sections from the 92 to 2003. So Yazidi was, everyone was in the poor situations. They have to find source of life. So most of them, they become farmers in the area close to our city. So they have a lot of experience. After they come to the United States, they try to bring their experience to the United States. So they community crops and the Yazidi Cultural Center, both of them, they try to bring some Yazidi and their experience in America, in Lincoln, Nebraska. So in 2018, 2019, yes, the community crops worked together to find some Yazidi farmers. I was the first person from the community hired by the community crops to find some family to start farming. They have experience, they are enjoying it, and there's more. Yeah.
So go ahead.
The first farmer to do this in Lincoln, Nebraska, and to find other families that could connect back to what you grew in your homeland, connect to the people here, create a sense of community, right?
Right.
This is an urban area. So talk about how you found the space and where the space is and what's so cool about it.
Well, even and finding the right crops.
Right.
Yes, I think we need these farmers because there was a special produce we couldn't find in the market. We shop like as normal people from the markets and the local foods, but there was a special food we couldn't, special produce we couldn't find in the local stores at the market. So we try to get the seeds, grow it, eat it, introduce the community to it, and sell to the local stores. And which is the good thing is to introduce people in the community to this produce. We're going to talk about this produce, later.
Yeah, we can talk about it now.
One of them, we couldn't find Cutting celery, white, here is the cutting celery. We couldn't find in Lincoln, Nebraska, this kind of the cutting celery. So we looked at for seeds. Matt Pirogues was a manager. He used to manager at County Crabs, and we looked for the seeds, and we get the right seeds. So now we are selling the thousands of bunches a week to the local market.
1,000 bags a week.
1,000 bunches, about
bunches.
like 500 to 1,000. A lot of bunches of it.
Yeah.
It's similar to the parsley.
Yeah.
But the taste is better. The smell and smell and taste is different.
And I love this because when you're at the farmer's market, a lot of people mistake it for cilantro. Mm-hmm. And poor Shahab, every time he has to be like, no, it's cutting celery. And then you have to explain what cutting celery is.
Yes.
Because, we're used to seeing the stalks, like what you're going to throw peanut butter and on during like your Thanksgiving holiday. But this is like really tasty. It's, they use it for salads and soups, and you use it like parsley. Yeah, like pickling.
A lot of things. Decorate the foods and it's fresh, and there's a lot of way you could say, it goes to a lot of meals. Salad, fresh, and
it's just like celery, like a really good.
So people confusing for the shape of it, but the taste and the smell is totally different. And people believe it's really good for health and source of the hemoglobins and that.
And you just picked this, right? So this is, you just harvested what is in your beautiful basket here.
Okay,
right,
we have the we try to bring this eggplant. It's kind of the.
You can bring this way.
Okay,
It's right in front of you.
Okay, it's green eggplant, kind of the purple. There's some lines of it. We try to harvest first years, but we couldn't find the right seeds. So we get some seeds, but it wasn't success. Mm-hmm. So last year we tried it wasn't success, but this year it's good. We tried another seeds and it looks the same. We had back to our country, and it kind of success, but not like the Nadia eggplant is the black one. Mm-hmm. But people,
So what is the difference? So is this what we would find typically?
Yes.
In our grocery stores, and this is
the color.
Does it taste different?
The taste is not. I don't see a lot of difference, but the color. So people use it to eat this kind of variety, just the colors. Mm-hmm. So like people like it a lot. Yeah. So we try to grow more of this. Another thing is the pickling pepper. Matt Pirog, I call the pepper is sweet Italian pepper, which is. What's called the Lombardo variety.
Yeah, the Lombardo.
We never seen. I didn't see in Lincoln, Nebraska, this variety of the pepper, but Matt hardly looked for it, and we found it, and online we bought some, and then it was so hard to find this variety this year due to the COVID. It came from Italy.
Sure. Oh my goodness.
This is things people. In our community, Middle Eastern community, they cook it. They cook like how they cook it. It's pickling it. It is fresh in salad, but mostly they are pickling it with cucumbers and other stuffs. Mm-hmm. But so Matt and I call the pickling pepper.
Is it hot or is it sweet?
It's sweet.
It's a sweet one.
Italian sweet pepper, but
we
just name it here.
Yeah.
We name it here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Nickname the pickling because in our community, they pickling it. Mm-hmm. Another thing is the sorrel, French sorrel.
Sorrel. Oh.
So when I found here the sorrel here, Matt showed me this. Mm-hmm. I was so surprised.
It's so good.
Grow wild back to our mountain. Mm-hmm. So we are growing little bit more each year. For next year, I get a lot of seeds, which is one of our farmer will grow it in large quantity. Maybe we will sell hundreds bunches of it next year. Mm-hmm. But we sell some to the store. Another thing is shishito pepper, which we didn't grow a lot in Iraq, but we try to grow produce here. The community liked it. Mm-hmm. So. We are growing not the only produce our community like it. We try to grow the produce Lincoln community liked it. Everyone liked it, which we could sell it also.
Sure, yeah. Introduce us to it as well as your own
Oh, yeah.
community.
Yeah, things like tomato, everyone liked it. I mean, our community and others. Daikon radish, we never grew it, like the green daikon radish.
Pick that one up again.
Hold on, pick it up.
People have no idea.
I love that.
is.
There's the purple daikon radish. There's the white daikon radish. It's the same. There's no greens like that, and it's longer than the size. But we have the round purple daikon radish, or pink. We call that purple daikon radish. We learned about it in the United States, which is one of the produce we try to introduce our community to these kinds of the produce. More connections between two communities and creating kind of the creative meals. Yeah, I mean.
So do you cook, Shahab?
For our audience,
no,
this is a
I'm not
question.
no, I'm not good cook. I mean, when my wife is not home, I just cook eggs, just egg. So my wife, she's good cook, and she does a lot of stuff, and I work a lot. She does cook a lot, and I mean.
You grow the food, she cooks the food.
Yes, she helped me also. I mean, she's mostly also grew.
Yeah.
She's with me in growing food. And
So we want to make sure our Facebook audience is giving us good feedback on what we're talking about, of course, whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether you want us to do more of this kind of thing, because we can't dig deeper if we don't know what to dig. And in this case, it's digging the soil so we can plant those daikon radishes, right?
Right.
That little thin purple eggplant, that one. Yeah, that one that you got in your hand, left hand.
Yes.
I love them. And I just put that in a ratatouille last night. And it's so flavorful. And you can use those kind of like long, thin eggplants for stir fries. And same with the radishes. I've been roasting radishes with potatoes. It's so good.
Yes.
So is this Hansel or Gretel or one of those? Because we have Hansel and Gretel eggplants here, which is sort of interesting. And you said the daikons come in different colors?
I mean, back to Iraq, we just did grow the like kind of the purple.
Yeah.
The purple one.
But here, I mean, we learned how, I mean, about the different variety. There's a lot of options. We could get seeds, and so we are trying to learn more about the produce, grow different produce. I mean, for our family, for the community. You could say introducing to the food and the different variety.
Do I see tomatoes in here?
Yes, there's tomato. I just want to tell you some things about this produce, how we make about the eggplant especially, and the tomato eggplants and zucchini. Unfortunately, we don't have. We dig it on the field with rice. We make a dolma from it, which so special meal our community like it eats. Yeah.
And you grow all sorts of tomatoes. So not just the big, we call them slicers.
Yeah, I mean,
that.
This is the kind of the vine tomato, this one, and we have
is that a
black crane tomato.
Yeah.
Also, we grow cherry tomatoes. So only these three variety we are growing it. Vine tomato, which is slicing tomato. Black green tomato.
And the yellow one, show the yellow one to the audience.
There's a kid of that.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that beautiful?
Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm guessing that one is really sweet.
Yes.
Like out there, like Shahab was telling me earlier this week, is that they brought naan bread. Like, you know, Indians have naan bread, but the Yazidi also have naan bread, and so they brought that out with salt, and you had cucumbers and tomatoes, and just had sandwiches out at the farm.
We did like that a couple times. I mean, with the go on it, we did make a party of the tomato.
Just some salt and just eat the tomato just right out of there.
Yeah, we do so sometimes just for the produce. We eat simple, just slicing it, some salt and onion, like tomato. You will make your great sandwiches.
I'm hungry.
Right? Oh my gosh, yeah. So Shahab, like, what was the hardest part, like when you guys were learning and your first year planting
yeah.
at Prairie Pines. It's out at 112th and Adams.
Right.
It's only open Saturdays for the general public, but the farmers are there almost daily. So like when you were out at Prairie Pines digging the first time, like tilling the soil and getting ready to put the seeds in the ground, like what were the biggest challenges the first year?
The first year, definitely there was a couple of the challenges. The first one, we didn't know about the soil a lot.
Yeah.
Soil
is so
the second,
important.
the weather the season is different. I mean, it was.
What's it like in Sinjar?
I mean, in summer it's so hot, dry, hot, about 110 to 100
Oh my God.
Yeah.
degree, but Fahrenheit. I mean, winter is not that cold. It's cold, not that cold. Like here, it's a lot of snow. It's one time snow.
31 below was a little cold for you last year.
So cold. I checked it when I came in 2017, and when I came, it was February 18. I arrived to Nebraska. There was a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
So the weather.
Yeah.
The weather, soil, weathers, I mean, we didn't know about the moisture a lot. This thing is, which seed will be success here. I mean, like I told you, the first year when we grow the eggplant wasn't success, but in general, the soil is really good. So the first year, I mean, for farmer, the communication, I was a interpreter between the farmer and the community crabs. So when they need something, and for the farmers it was a challenge because they don't speak English. Knowing about soil, they are learning every year. So last year it was better than first year, and this year is better like that. So yeah, every year they are discovering things and they are learning more about the soil. And I think we are up because I am one of the farmers. Day by day and after day, months, year, there's a more connection between our soul and the soil. We
Absolutely.
are having for me, when I came to university, I just wanted to come back because it was different, everything was different. But since I start to put the seeds under the ground, day by day, I like this soil more, this community more. There's something is between myself and the nature of the Nebraska. So I like it a lot right now, and I told Dr. Gwan that there's something is between me and the plants. It would make me so happy.
So that's a great note to ask you kind of one final question on, which is, where do you see this heading with community crops, with Gwyneth is leaving us for a different place, but the program isn't, and that connection. And when you say community, what do you think of as you think about this 5 years from now?
I could answer or
No, you answer.
Yes, I hope we could expand. The land. This year we get Megan McGaffey, our executive director for community crabs. She get another land in airport. Maybe you heard about that. So it's a lot of lands. Hopefully we could bring more farmers and yes, I am optimistic about the future of the farmings. I would say we would provide more produce to local markets. Day by day, months by months, we are become kind of the famous with our produce because we are natural growing, and hopefully we could provide the community. When I say community, all communities. The community of Lincoln.
Yeah.
Arab community, Yazidi community, and hopefully we could provide the Mediterranean markets, Sahara markets, and other markets with the produce. These markets, the local markets, our community shop from them, and there's also Lincoln community. So hopefully we could provide them with the all kinds of like tomatoes, eggplants, celery, and things like that. I mean, hopefully they wouldn't buy from California or Argentina or another. So
Source local.
source local. I always tell the fresh produce is totally different from the frozen produce. People, when I was in my country, people told me the food in America is not good, or in Europe, if you go to outside of the country. I told them, why? They told me there's no taste and flavor. Unfortunately, when I came, I realized like that, because I was buying from a store.
Yeah.
But after Matt Pirog took me to the Sunday markets and introduced me to the local food growing in Nebraska, the smell difference, the taste is different. I mean, it was.
You can taste Nebraska.
There
yes,
you go.
exactly. So,
And that's a great note to end
yes,
on.
then I brought some to homes. I told my wife, hey, I get a produce, same of back to our country. We decided to grow, and I told people, you could grow produce, the taste will be amazing, the smell will be amazing, it will be healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy.
You are not
There
using
you
any
go.
pesticide, things like that. So
I love it.
I encourage people always to grow and taste the local food.
I
Good.
love it. And that is all the time we have for Digging Deeper with Backyard Farmer, but I want to say thanks to Gwyneth and Shahab, and mention that the produce is available at Sunday Market, 10 to 2 in Lincoln, out in College View, which is really a fabulous place to go anyway, and there you'll be, right? We will be back another time with another in-depth discussion. Do be sure to watch Backyard Farmer live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central on Nebraska Public Media. Thanks for digging deeper with Backyard Farmer.